Hey cartoon fans, in today's video series, we look back at every episode of the classic Scooby-Doo Where Are You?
Man, this is Spooksville, like Indian style.
Today we have the 5th episode of the show, Decoy for Dognapped. Airing on October 11th, 1969, episode 5 is likely the most experimental episode of season 1. It feels like reading an old mystery novel, which viewers at the time were probably used to, so instead of a monster, Scooby gets mixed up in a dog-catching ring, headed by a ghost of an Indian witch doctor. As the gang investigate, this one is an adventure for sure, and if you like Scooby-Doo Where Are You like me, you probably forget or skip this episode. In today's video, I'm going to find out if this episode was a dud or maybe a hidden gem in the franchise. Let's get into it. Our episode begins unusually in daylight with Scooby out on a walk by himself. If this wasn't already strange, he's trying to woo another dog just to get dognapped, which makes Scooby mad, so he goes to Rocky Point Beach, in which the gang are having a fun time, just like in A Clue for Scooby-Doo a few episodes ago, to tell the gang about what happened, and he takes the leader role as he wants the gang to do something about the dog nappings. To explain what's happening, he conveniently turns on the radio to a news station covering the recent dog nappings, in which Buck Masters is offering $500 cash to find the dogs.
Gang, we've just been handed our next mystery.
The gang interview Buck Masters, who is convinced that all this has to do with the upcoming dog show because his dog got caught, but Bob Miller's Great Dane didn't. So Buck Masters, of course, warned Bob about it.
Did you say Great Dane?
And so the gang promised they'll find out who's behind this.
Dognappers, beware!
With that, the gang have a plan to use Scooby as bait since he's also a Great Dane. So they clean him up to be a decoy. Something cool during this is that the Mystery Machine is used as a hangout to discuss the plan, and we get to see all the technology in it that's only there when it needs to be in Scooby episodes. It's pretty cool to see. Also, Shaggy eats his first Scooby snack.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Like, what's the plan?
After cleaning Scooby up for once, he gets his tracker in a new collar to go on a walk with Shaggy, and for a dog who's never on a leash, it's new for the both of them. Shaggy and Scooby walk around town, and we get to see more of where the gang live in the original series, which is nice. Scooby checks himself out with his new outfit, but Shaggy stops all that. And Scooby keeps getting into trouble as he ignores a dog just for crazy stuff to happen.
Lucky for you, I'm a dog lover.
Just then, Scooby gets stolen in a smoke screen, and with that, Shaggy tries to chase the dognappers down by borrowing a motor scooter from his gas station buddy Charlie. Anyone remember Charlie? He was this guy from this one scene in this one episode and is never seen again, but his presence adds to the world building that this episode is definitely doing.
Charlie! You got any wheels I can borrow?
Anyways, the gang start tracking Scooby with their high-tech Mystery Machine gadgets, with Shaggy chasing the van to a deserted part of town, in which he gets scared off his bike by a ghost Indian on horseback.
Man, it's Geronimo!
We then cut over to the Dognapper's hideout, where we see some of the captured dogs and the leader behind it, an Indian witch doctor, as him and his henchmen open the crate that Scooby's in. And well, he's not Bob Miller's Great Dane, so they ship him off for dead. Decoy for a Dognapper is a different episode. It's unlike most episodes where the criminal activity is progressively discovered later. But in this one, they tell us exactly what's going on and how the gang will help. It's completely transparent that there is a dognapper on the loose, and normal people seem to be responsible, but there's still a monster behind it, and it's also one of the rare instances where we see the villain dressed as the monster, but totally not in character. He's clearly just a guy in a mask.
Good work, Mike. Let's have a look.
This is our introduction to the Witch Doctor, so the episode is literally telling us this is just a guy. Shaggy meets up with the gang to tell them what he saw.
I felt like a late show rerun of Custer's Last Stand.
The gang don't think what he saw was real, of course, until Velma finds a tomahawk in the ground. Just then, Daphne, who is tracking Scooby, finds him again, so the gang are off to the Indian Gap, according to Daphne. It's strange how close the gang are to all these Indian spots that are near their city. After they find and save Scooby from his near death on train tracks, which was crazy, they still haven't solved what's going on, so Scooby tells the gang exactly where he was before, and that's exactly where they go, even though Shaggy does not want to have another run-in with Geronimo.
Oh no, not the Indian, not the ghost of Geronimo.
As they head over to the base, the gang get attacked by the ghost, and it leaves an arrow, which is a clue, as Fred finds it to be fake, not 1,000 years old.
This is real, like in the movies.
Once they make it to the hideout, they create a slingshot to climb up. I don't know how they got an arrow this big, but anyways, they go up and explore, but someone stops them.
Leave this place, pale-faced intruders, or suffer fate of Spanish conquistadores.
The Witch Doctor warns the kids to go away by shaking a maraca, which the music tries to make menacing, but it's kind of lame. And of course the gang don't care, and they don't believe that he is real. As they search, a bunch of bats attack the gang, which leads to Velma losing her glasses, and this scene is popular for the meme side of Scooby-Doo due to its crazy animation.
Let me show you how it's done.
Scooby grabs Velma's glasses, and after a lot of mishaps, Scooby and Shaggy get back to Velma to give her her glasses back. Fred and Daphne run into the Witch Doctor as he appears from a fireplace that was left running. And well, Fred loses Daphne during all of this. We cut back over to Scooby finding food, but it's not the human food that Shaggy was hoping for.
It is dog food.
They found the Dognapper's hideout, so instead of telling the gang, they just make food. But while Shaggy is distracted, Scooby gets pushed into a trap door, which leads him to where Daphne is tied up. Now, why would the henchmen push Scooby into the chute just from to help Daphne escape, which leads to the capture of the Witch Doctor? That was stupid. Scooby saves Daphne while Fred finds Velma, with Daphne showing them where the dogs are, and Fred has Scooby communicate with the other dogs to find out where the Witch Doctor is. With that, they're off. But where's Shaggy? The dogs, along with Scooby, chase down and capture the Indian Witch Doctor, as he's revealed to be Buck Masters, who wanted to take home the trophy at a local dog show by capturing the competition. And he gives us an early delivery of the "You Meddling Kids" line that has become synonymous with the franchise.
He's the Dognapper.
You blasted kids! Why didn't you mind your own business?
The gang go to the sheriff, who thanks them for capturing the ringleader of the Dognappers, and they explain how the Indian on horseback was just a videotape hologram. And our episode ends with Scooby-Doo doing some Indian cosplay. Decoy for a Dognapper is something, alright. It's more of an adventure than a mystery, and like most early episodes, was super experimental. And there isn't much of a mystery in this episode. There's only one suspect, and of course it's him. The episode is full of gags, which I do enjoy because the line delivery and one-liners are great in this. It definitely helped pad the episode out due to the lack of mystery, because it's more of the gang just finding out about stuff, then making a plan, then finding out about stuff, then making more plans. The episode is interesting as it has a totally different approach from the rest of the series, where the gang are on a stakeout and somehow they're shown to have sophisticated FBI computer equipment, probably bought by Daphne's dad. And like I said earlier, the gang have the high-tech stuff only when it's necessary to the story in any given franchise. It feels like this episode was another attempt at creating a mystery that's more like Hardy Boys / Nancy Drew, and the whole Indian ghost theme theme was probably a last minute decision to still have a monster, but the episode is still trying to be something that it isn't, which makes it not as compelling as other Scooby-Doo episodes. I think it's fun, and the Indian theme is unique, but it could come off as offensive and racist to some. Overall, it's a fine watch. It's nothing crazy, and definitely not a memorable one, but Decoy for Dognapper is still a good episode, don't get me wrong. Nothing from the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You series are bad, in my opinion, but this one is just lower on the list for me. With that, I'm gonna give Decoy for Dognapper 2 Indian Witch Doctors out of 5. So what do you think of the 5th episode of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Do you think it's insensitive or a fun adventure? Let me know everything down in the comments down below, and consider subscribing to join this cartoon community. That's all for today's video. See ya.